update day, and there are some cool updates and changes coming to the game to be excited about. One, in fact, I am very excited about, but I'm going to save it to the very end of the video. To kick things off, let's see the new campaign ship. It is the Tier 8 Iwami. She has 8 410mm guns that are supposedly accurate. I'll be the judge of that. And it looks like a 28-second base reload. The kicker? Torpedoes. Now on PC, they are super powerful torpedoes. They hit for over 20,000 damage, and they have a 20-kilometer range. Now, knowing Legends, I am sure that range will be nerfed into oblivion, probably 6 kilometers, so don't get terribly excited. We'll see how it turns out. This is, of course, a part of the 100 milestone campaign, so for 2,500 doubloons, you will get this ship at the end of 5 weeks. It's really the best deal in the game, plus all of the goodies that go along with it. Our background footage today is of the Ruprecht. Why? Because the ship is the GOAT, but also because there's going to be a rework of the German commanders. I don't really know anything else about this specifically. I assumed it was for the battleship commanders or maybe the BC commanders, but really it could be for any of them. They could be changing Eric Bay and the destroyer commanders or some of the cruiser skills. All I know is, and I quote, there will be a few skill shifts, some individual skill rebalancing, and even a few new skills. Very vague. The changes will affect other commanders too, albeit in a limited way. Anyways, we'll see. This could spice things up. Now, for those of you keeping score, this is going to be the 4th anniversary of Legends coming out, and there will be presents for those of you loyal to the game, depending on how many years you have been playing. The 4-year veterans will be receiving a set centered around the French premium Tier 4 destroyer, Cyclone. There will be more news coming on this, but if you've been taking a break from Legends like a lot of us have, you could log in and get your rewards. Golden Week is back, and there will be more skins coming to the game, Nagato and Fuso, to name a few, and Hayate is going to be getting a variation of last year's Golden Week perm camo, which is quite nice. I'll show you a few examples of what it could look like up on the screen. There will also be a new commander guise for the IJN, as well as Golden Week 23 crates for the gamblers out there. Also for Global XP, the Hayate and the Yudachi, 2 very powerful IJN torp boats, will be returning to the store. Yudachi was widely considered one of the most OP torpedo boats in the game, with its insane concealment, very powerful torpedoes, and a torpedo reload booster, because that was necessary. Although I would argue ships like the Sommer CE have power crept Yudachi a bit, it is still quite a formidable destroyer, and Hayate is an absolute monster in my eyes, with very powerful torps and super strong guns at Tier 8. Keep in mind though, the Hayate will cost 1.4 million global XP, the Yudachi around 750,000. A new feature in the game will be collections. Again, I would look for more info in the future because the patch notes are so vague, but it looks like you can collect cards and upon completing the set, get a reward. For the IGN and for this update, it looks like your reward could be the Mikasa 23, sporting a new paint job. Now, I don't know if you guys have played the Mikasa, but once you do, you'll likely want to go ahead and shut your Xbox off, maybe mow your lawn or paint a room in the house, because those tasks would be more fun than playing the Mikasa. Moving on, the Collingwood, a British Tier 6 premium battleship. It's basically a Nelson with 6 419mm guns and a 26-second base reload. Oh, and a win button. She will be available in the store, and I love this, finally not a reskinned ship we already have. I mean, kind of is, but at least it's a different tier, at Tier 6 and not Tier 7. The Tier 7 premium ships cost 17,500 doubloons, which, let's face it, is just way too expensive, so the Collingwood looks like an interesting boat. We're going to get a new skin, an interesting one. It has a frag counter on it, and it's going to display how many kills you have in that ship. It will be available for the Wusta, Yamato, and the Shimakaze for 5,000 steel. Arena is coming back for 3 seasons, Tiers 7, 8, and LT, with full divs, no carriers. Radar, it's being reworked. Basically, your allies will now be alerted anytime you're running sonar or radar. I love this, that's very great. But now, allies will not immediately see enemy ships when you radar them. They're going to pop up on the minimap, but they'll only become visible to allies after 5 seconds, and I kind of have mixed feelings about this. One, I feel like it's a pretty big nerf to radar and to teamwork. It could really hurt ships like the Stalingrad, who have a short duration for their radar already, and who does poorly against DDs with only AP shells and a long reload. So I don't know about that. The positive side, I guess I could see, is if you run a radar ship that can actually kill destroyers, you could get to farm them for the first 5 seconds before your team can chime in. So I'll let you decide what you think of that. Finally, the part of the update that I'm actually excited about, everything else can kick rocks, individual ship stats. That's right, nerds. We will finally have an in-game feature to scroll through individual ships, looking at battle details like victories, deaths, kill-death ratio, damage, and so on. I love statistics and I can't wait to look through my try-hardy boats to bolster my self-confidence and self-esteem. Anyways, that's the update. Leave a comment, like, sub, see you in the next one.